You know that sound. Your keys jingle in the door, and before you've even turned the lock, your dog is already spinning in circles, ears up, tail going like crazy. He heard you from 2 rooms away. He didn't have to think about it. He just knew, and he couldn't wait. If you know that feeling, this video is going to make you feel so understood. Here's another one. You walk in, and your dog barrels straight into your legs, tail wagging, whole body wiggling like you've been gone for a year. Be honest. Is that chaos, or is it the best 5 seconds of your day? If you pick the second one, you're about to learn exactly why your brain is wired for that feeling, because here's the truth nobody tells you. It's not really about loyalty. Loyalty is just the word we use to describe it. What's actually happening is deeper. Your nervous system is wired to seek mutual engagement. You don't just want to be loved, you want to be met. You want someone to feel the same excitement you feel at the exact same moment. And your dog does that every single time you walk through that door. Now, some people regulate through stillness. Cat people know this well. They come home to a quiet space, a slow blink from across the room, a presence that asks nothing of them. No noise, no demand, just calm. That stillness is what settles their nervous system, but you are wired differently. You don't regulate through stillness. You regulate through reciprocity. You need energy that comes back to you, not energy you just sit beside. When your dog matches your excitement, jumps up, leans in, locks eyes with you, your body isn't overwhelmed, it's sinking. That's not chaos, that's connection happening in real time. This is why the word needy misses the point completely. When people say dogs are needy, they're really describing engagement. They're watching a relationship that talks back. But when you say, I love that my dog is always excited to see me, you're describing something else entirely. You're describing co-regulation, 2 nervous systems finding rhythm together, again and again, every single day. Here's the mechanism behind that feeling. Psychologists call it mutual initiation. Your dog closes the distance every single time, and you never have to ask. No waiting, no wondering if today's the day he decides to care. He just comes. Think about how rare that is. Most human affection comes with conditions attached. Someone's warmth depends on their mood, their stress, how their day went. You learn to read the room before you get close. But your dog doesn't work that way. He's not checking your performance for the day before he decides you're worth greeting. That's the difference. You could walk in after the best day of your life, or the worst one you've had in months, and your dog meets you exactly the same way. Same energy, same excitement, same full-body joy that you're finally home. That's not neediness. That's consistency, the kind you can actually build trust on. In a world full of conditional affection, your dog offers something rare, a welcome that never has to be earned first. And your nervous system notices that, even when your mind doesn't consciously clock it. There's a real chemical reason this bond feels so strong, and it starts with something as simple as eye contact. When you and your dog lock eyes, your brain releases oxytocin. That's the same hormone that bonds a parent to a newborn baby. You're not imagining the connection. Your biology is building it, one look at a time. Here's what happens next. That eye contact triggers oxytocin in both of you at once. That oxytocin lowers cortisol, your stress hormone. Your heart rate begins to settle. All of this happens in seconds, long before you've consciously thought about any of it. Picture that moment. Your dog is across the room and he just looks at you. Not barking, not moving, just watching you with those soft eyes. That stare isn't random. It's a biological loop built for bonding, running quietly between the 2 of you. That's why the feeling underneath it all is so specific. It's not just company. It's being chosen, again and again, by something that never learned how to fake it. Now let's talk personality, because the research here is pretty telling. Studies on pet preference have found that dog people tend to score higher on extroversion and sociability than cat people. And before you read too much into that, let's be clear about what's actually happening. Dogs don't make you extroverted. That's backwards. It's the other way around. People who are already wired for social energy, who like quick feedback and clear reactions, gravitate toward an animal that gives exactly that. A reciprocal energy animal that responds the second you walk in. Here's the real mechanism. Extroverted nervous systems like fast, visible feedback from the world around them. And that's precisely what a dog offers. Every tail wag, every jump, every excited bark is instant proof that your presence just mattered to someone. So no, you didn't need a personality test to figure yourself out. You just needed a dog who's a little bit obsessed with you, because honestly, that tells you everything the test would have. There's an even deeper reason this bond runs so strong, and it goes back thousands of years. Humans and dogs co-evolved around the same social structure. We built cooperative packs together, working as a team, reading each other, relying on each other. Cats never went through that. They evolved as solitary hunters, built for independence, not teamwork. That history is still living in your brain today. When your dog tilts his head, raises his ears, or wags his tail, your brain doesn't just see a pet. It reads a social partner, using the same circuits it uses to read another person. That's not a coincidence. That's instinct doing exactly what it was built to do. This is why a dog's excitement never feels like plain attention. It feels like belonging to something bigger than yourself, like being part of a team that actually shows up for you, and that's why it feels so safe. It mirrors the give and take you're already wired to want from every relationship in your life. Your dog isn't just affectionate. He's speaking a language your brain has understood for thousands of years. So let's bring this back to where we started. This was never really about loyalty. That word never told the full story. What you actually wanted, what your nervous system has been asking for all along, was connection that shows up and shows itself every single time, without you having to ask twice. Because here's the truth underneath all of it. We don't just want to be loved, we want to be met. We want someone or something to feel what we feel, right when we feel it. And a dog never makes you guess. No mixed signals, no waiting, no wondering where you stand. Just instant, honest proof that you matter. That's not a small thing. That's one of the most human needs there is, being answered by a creature who never learned how to hide it. If this gave you a little more insight into yourself, or into that dog who never leaves your side, hit subscribe. There's more of these deep dives coming, and I'd love to have you back for the next one.